Hello YouTube, did you enjoy the 45-minute little video I gave you last time, the teeny tiny one? The chances of me remembering to stop and take a break and breaking the next part of this video up are very slim, so this is probably going to be a multi-hour epic. Hopefully you'll enjoy that as well. Who knows? I mean, I kinda know, because I know how many people watch these videos, and I don't mind telling you, it's not a lot. It's very few. I get quite excited when I see it tick up into double digits. I'm like, oh, I must have said something particularly humorous in that one for it to have climbed to the heady heights of 12 viewers. Why, that's 24 eyeballs, give or take, depending, you know. Obviously, as we've discussed before, the average number of eyes in any population is less than 2. But hey. Sorry, where were we? Okay, we're looking at the fortress again. I was giving old Conquest of Games 544. Let's just call you Conquest for now. A little tour of the fort, which we didn't do last time, did we? So it's going to be nice. It's going to be a chance for us all to get reacquainted with Cryptbeards and how it is, how it be. We've got a volcano, very nice. It's a lovely volcano, which we have tapped. Look at that little column of magma on the other side there, just above it. We've got an entry corridor here, which is currently, I believe, unopenable because the link between the bridge and that lever there, this lever here, has been broken, and unless we deconstruct this we can't get it out of the way. We had similar problems down here, but we deconstructed, so it's not too bad. We've got lots of remains in this corridor here, and lots of probably upended memorial slabs. We've had a bit of a corpse issue. We've had a lot of ghosts in this fortress. We've got a barracks on the surface, ready for some guys to train in. They should be training in there now, I think, but hey-ho, they don't seem to take any notice of training orders. And here we've got what will be a very sprawling trap corridor. We're talking weapon traps, we're talking cage traps, and we're probably even going to be talking lever-operated spike traps, just to guard against the potential influx of forgotten beasts, because, as everybody does, I've connected my caverns to the fortress with this lovely little elevator. See on the left there? It's not an elevator, it's actually just a walkway. Yeah, so unfortunately the surface outdoors is connected to the underground outdoors, which is a pity, but it was kind of necessary because we had to let a guy path out of the fortress. He was literally eating up frames. It was terrible. Let's have a look elsewhere in the fortress. If we go down a couple of floors, we see this splendid corridor. Don't ignore this little room here. This is nothing. This is an aborted project. This was the room of sad people that we were attempting to starve to death. What do you mean? How is that bad? Leave me alone. Over here we've got a nice little series of rooms that lead down to a well shaft. Eventually, once we've got enough chains and buckets, we're putting wells on every floor and people will be able to get water wherever they are, whenever they need it. It's going to be basically really cool. Over here we've got a little farm that was walled off because, unfortunately, owing to some tree root problems, we had holes in the roof that were allowing people in, so that was bad. But now it's kind of just a pasture for our animals because, well, all the Plump Helmet farms got broken, and while we weren't having any access to it, we built farms up here. So now our Plump Helmet demands can be met without having to, you know, go into that place, and we just leave our animals there. Let's go down a bit further. Here we have our magnificent asymmetrical dining hall. Oh yes. This little area up here, that's a tavern. This is our dining hall. We're going to be expanding these tables out a bit. I haven't got any noble dining rooms because all the nobles have an office, dining room and a bedroom supplied as part of their role, and they're all auto-assigned as is available. These little rooms up here, these are various guild halls, temples, etc, etc. This one is going to be a farmers guild. Very exciting. What have we got down here? We've got a big food stockpile. Funnily enough, we store food in there. We've got farmers workshop, stills, kitchen. Kitchen's doing very well. Banging out a lot of very high quality meals. Ooh, haute couture. Actually, that's clothes, isn't it? What, haute gastronomie? I don't know. My cod French is not good. Actually, no, don't go down that road. Here we've got our chamber of eggs. This is where we have birds that lay eggs, really. I mean, it's one of the things that saved us from not being able to go out of the fortress and acquire food. Well, I mean, we have plump helmets, sure, but dwarves cannot live on plump helmets alone. This is my miasma zone. This is a little stockpile for... Well, it's not a stockpile, it's a refuse pile, full of bones and the like. We've got our butcher, we've got our tannery with a cat in it for some reason, we've got an empty room, and we've got our fishery. Everything that might cause a bit of a stink kept in here. Very nice. There's no actual corpse stockpile, but we do have a quite well-appointed cemetery, which is good. That's a big dormitory. It was originally going to be a hospital, but in the end I never got round to it, and we dug a new hospital out, which also hasn't actually been kitted out yet, so maybe that'll happen tonight. Here is our Hall of the Dead. Deady, 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 deady. Everyone in here is dead, as to paraphrase Peter Steele. Over here we've got our nice little organised stockpile thing. Anything I'm trying to keep in stock, we're going to keep in here. I've got a standing order for 10 of most of this stuff. Coffins, statues, coffers, cabinets, etc, etc. Every time I think of something I want to keep a little stock of, we put a stockpile in here to the right size and set a standing order into the workshops. This is clothes. I do intend to separate these out into different types of clothes, but for now, because there was a lot of tatty shit lying on the floor, I decided just to make a big stockpile. This is for blocks, I think. Yeah, stone blocks. We haven't got a lot of those yet, but I will be creating them in greater numbers. What have we got next on the next floor? This is the stone zone. This is where we use all of our huge stone stockpile powers to create things made of rock. We've got masons' workshops and crafts dwarf workshops, and enough beds down here in bedrooms for each of the dwarves to have their own bedroom. I initially started this fortress with the intention of having every dwarf's bedroom next to their workshop, next to the stockpile, so it was all nice and streamlined. However, the fact that dwarves marry each other and sleep in the same bed really fucked that up, and now I've just kind of given up on the idea. It was a dream that turned out to be actually me being awake, which doesn't happen very often. Here is our more varied industrial zone. We've got a jeweller's workshop, we've got a carpenter's workshop, we've got a mechanic's workshop, which should be churning out mechanisms left, right and centre, and then we've got all the textile industries here. This is charcoal. We used to have a charcoal burner in this room trying to get some bars for a mood, but unfortunately that didn't work out very well, and the person requiring them had to be killed. This floor has a lot of bedrooms on, because otherwise this long corridor leading over to the forges was a bit superfluous. So I decided just to bung a load of bedrooms in here. That large room, that was intended to be a creche, but the... what didn't work? Pressing W? Burrows. The burrows didn't work, unfortunately, which is a bit of a shame. Took my headphone out there, because I think I heard someone shouting from me upstairs, but I'm not sure. Did anyone hear that? Did anyone hear someone shout, "Ma"? That's what the M stands for, by the way, just in case you were wondering. Here's my forges. As you can see, they are powered by beautiful red magma, the heat of the earth, the core itself, smelting things for us. It's lovely. We've got a shitload of smelteries down the bottom. This is our only workshop at the moment, but we will be tarting this up, putting a few more things in. I'm kind of worried that I may not have given it enough girth. I may have made this a slightly insubstantial area compared to the zone for storing bars and ores. I don't think anyone shouted for me. I'll put the headphone back in. So, I'm worried about that. We do have to fit a glass industry in there and probably some more metal workshops. We'll see how it goes. Let's have a look at chat here. What's going on? Dave Velociraptor hasn't had a chat yet. That's it. You make amends with YouTube. You wouldn't believe the things he was saying about you in the interim between videos, YouTube. But I had a word, and I think we've come to an understanding, and he realises that what he did was wrong. He's filled with chagrin. Ugh, I'm spitting everywhere. Ooh, disgusting. Let's keep going down here. Why is it a pity to connect the surface to the outdoors down below? Just because Forgotten Beasts suddenly have full access to the surface, so if you happen to have a Forgotten Beast that you were sort of ignoring down in the caverns, it just charges up onto the surface and could potentially kill any traders or visitors or migrants that might be coming. It's a bit of a shame. Nighty night, Orosco. You've probably already gone to bed. I apologise if I missed that, but hey, Hey, hopefully you're getting some sweet, sweet dreams. Ooh, that'd be nice. Are they all dead in the Hall of the Dead? They fucking better be, because they're locked up in stone boxes. It's going to be a horrible living nightmare if they're not. Hibernove says that varied zone is like the building in Uncut Gems. I've not seen that yet. People have been recommending that to me, and I know that Adam Sandler can do a pretty good turn when he's given the opportunity, or maybe forced to. I don't know, but because I saw him in Punch Drunk Love and he was really good in that. But other than that, not a huge fan of him. Well, tempted by Uncut Gems. It's a possibility. I'm going to be clearing the dishes, boys. Wish me luck on this momentous task. Good luck, Righteous Boner. Good luck. I did those just before I streamed, so I don't have to do it now. In fact, the dishwasher is running right now. It's amazing. Hello, Ravelin. Oh, Isaac. Hello, Isaac. Thank you for joining us again. Welcome back. New account. Or somebody else's account. Are you in disguise? Incognito? Obviously not. You told us who you were. Or was that like the equivalent of sidling up next to someone and going, "Psst, it is I, Isaac"? I don't know. All I saw was the text. All get murdered by some actual demons, says Tidy. Possibly. We may well end up getting murdered by demons who come up through the caverns. I mean, they're going to have to come up from hell through the caverns, but it's possible. You missed my perfect Red Dwarf setup. You were supposed to say that they're dead, Dave. They're dead, Dave. They're all dead. Oh, man. Good old Red Dwarf. It's a mixed bag, but I think, to be honest, they stand up pretty well. A lot of comedy from the era you look back on, it's not as funny as you thought it was when you were a kid. But to be honest, there's a few corkers in that little canon there. There's a few corkers in the Red Dwarf library. I mean, it ain't Red. It ain't. I was going to say it's not Red Dwarf. Fuck, it is. It's not Blackadder, but I don't think many things are Blackadder. And even Blackadder hasn't got like 100% hit rate. The first season's a little shaky, and there's a couple of dud jokes in it. But I mean, by and large, it's very good. It's bloody good. Oh yeah. Let's keep looking at chat quickly. The lower you pay Adam Sandler, the better the performance. Oh, I see. Interesting. That's an interesting hypothesis. Maybe. I have a second account for when I want to be online, but not actually be online. Oh, I see. Is it like food in the fridge that you're not putting on the plate, so it doesn't actually count when you eat it? Is that the kind of scenario we're looking at here? The early ones stand up just great. The whole thing should be about what happens when everything in the world that matters stops mattering. Yeah. Well, I think that's where it's best. I mean, even some of the more goofy concept episodes are quite funny. I mean, but yeah, I mean, it's not really a what we would call a strong. It's not necessarily all about the narrative. I mean, most of it is like a setup for jokes, I feel. But this is not any kind of critique channel. So let's not sit here critiquing the comedy of the 80s and 90s. Let's sit here and play some Dwarf Fortress. That makes sense, doesn't it? You've seen my little bars and ores area. Let's go down a bit further. Let's see what we can find down here. Okay, it's the entrance into the cavern. Not much then. Well, the tour's over. Tour's done. We can talk about Dwarf Fortress if you want now. It's fine. It's fine. Or whatever. TV, videos, YouTube channels. To be fair, I actually watch a shitload more YouTube than almost anything else these days. I rewatched some community episodes. I didn't know Kel hadn't seen the D&D community episodes, so we watched the first one of that, and then when she fell asleep, I watched the Arse Crack Bandit one and the second D&D episode, and had a good chuckle. They're well short though. They're fucking 20 minutes long, 21 minutes long. They shoot on by. So let's unpause the game. We've got it sitting on pause, and we don't want to be playing Pause Fortress. We should be playing Dwarf Fortress. It's what the game's called, for goodness sake. How many mechanisms do we have? Let's do a little stock take and see what we've got. If I come down here to M, presumably there'll be mechanisms. Ah, yes, 49 mechanisms. What's the red 20? Is that the number that's actually in use already in bridges and such? Could be. I'm not entirely sure. We've got quite a few of them. How many cages have we got? That's important. Let's come up here. It looks like we've got about 18 cages. Yeah. And only one in use. I think red is in use, yeah. So let's put some cage traps down. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's fall in love. Not literally. B, capital T, C, or actually highlight it so you don't have to keep doing it. And then where are we putting cage traps? Are we putting them before the killie traps or after the killie traps? Are they a fail-safe for when the killie traps don't work? And the traps don't work. Or are they the primary softener? Do they soak up the first wave so we get some little creatures to train on and throw in the volcano? Oh, you know what? With all the undead abounding, I don't think we're going to be getting many goblins or elves attacking us. I feel like what we want to do is kill, 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 and put the cage traps behind to catch anything that makes it past, right? That feels like the most sensible bet, I think. Could be wrong, but I'll look over to chat for some wisdom, if such is available. Actually playing Dwarf Fortress. Wow, Scound, you've changed. I'm trying to be the best scoundrel I can. I'm trying to live my best life. He says, playing computer games at 10 to 1 in the morning. Let me go down here, look at chat. Dragonfire, welcome back. Thanks for joining us again. And Phonics as well. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to the stream. Glad you could make it. I'm desperately sorry for derailing your train of thought away from trapping. That's okay, Dave. It happens all the time. They just make things worse, says Phonics. I'm not entirely sure what the context for that was, but a little bit of elaboration might help me understand. There's so many things I do that will just make things worse, so I mean, you could be referring to a number of things. We'll see. Have I been named, says Conquest of Games. That's an interesting proposition. Let's take a look over at Dwarf Therapist, shall we? Let's take a little look over there. Oh, my mouse has turned itself off. Oh, crazy. Here's Dwarf Therapist. Ugh, that's better. That's what we want to see. Let me have a little look. I'll do a refresh to get the latest data. 35 adults, 2 children and 0 vulnerable babies. Let's have a little look. We've got 26 dwarves with nicknames and 11 without nicknames. I would guess that's about 70% of the population. It's not a guess, I worked it out before the stream. I was going to put it in all my social media posts and then I thought, and did something else, which must have been so bland I can't even remember it. Let's get the list of people who've asked for names up, shall we? Closed versus open gates, that one's done. Penis or not penis? That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the pants to suffer the stains of your... No. We'll do your poll later on, Ovesalot, if you'll excuse the pun there, the little double entendre. And Conquest of Games would like Alexandra Nestorov as a character. Interesting. Forgive me. Forgive my cynical nature, but I am just going to Google that name, just to make sure it's not some horrendous war criminal or recently arrested paedophile. Not I'm making any claims about you, I'm just making sure. I'm seeing a few LinkedIn profiles, I'm seeing an economic researcher for General Motors, Duke Economics Department. Oh, these all seem like relatively wholesome people. The name passes. We will allow Alexander Nestorov into the fortress as a namey. Here it comes. Let's have a little look here. Forgive my cynical nature. It's just that, you know, sometimes people come into Twitch chat and they go, oh, name a character Jimmy Savile or something, which, you know, if I'm not being hoodwinked, I might. But, it's 16. It's too long. It's too long, man. It's too long. We can have Alexander Nestor. Okay. Let me just quickly close some shit down here. There we go. Well, I'll have to do for now. And if you want to change it to something a little bit shorter, then feel free to put it in chat. I'll do my best to see it and put it in. It looks like someone else has also asked for a naming. It's Dave Velociraptor. Well, that's very straightforward. Although looking at your name, I suspect you may well be eking over the 16 character limit, but we'll give it a crack. How about Dealer the Woodcutter? Sound good? Doesn't matter. That's what's happening. You've got to live with it. Okay. Oh, over 16. You are Dave Velociraptor. Oh, just one letter. You know what? If I take the space out, it'll work. So we'll do that. We'll call you Dave Velociraptor. as one does. There we go. Put it in there. Take the space out. Bosh. Okay. Commit. You are now in the fortress, Dave Velociraptor. Good. It's very good. Have we got any more people who want to type in !Namey before I'm done? Let's also run that poll for poor old Ocelot, who paid so many channel points to have the poll say penis or not penis. I would like to say very clearly that the results of this poll are non-binding and will not in any way influence whether I do or do not show you my penis. Spoiler alert, I'm not going to. Here we go. Weird. Okay, let's try a new poll. That works. There we go. Question. Pen is... ? Pen isn't ? P or NP? There we go. I'm making a maths joke on top of a sexy rude joke. Oh my god, look at me. So erudite, so clever. Here we go. The poll's in chat. Pen is... Pen isn't. Should there be a penis or not a penis? I don't know. It's all up to you guys. You get to choose. I mean, you don't get to choose. What you say here is not going to affect my underpants one way or the other, but, you know, the order was put. Someone wanted the question to be asked, and therefore the question is being asked, and I'm marking it as complete. Hibernoway would like a dwarf. Let me just check you don't already have one. Let me just be careful that we're not double dipping, because that would be no good. The people who do not need one are Alexander Nesto, the truncated Namey, Barry McCockiner, who I notice is not actually someone's name. That's one of those puns that I allowed. We've got Bauxite Beard, Buttermut Squash, CC the Owl, Curly3, Dave Velociraptor. It should be R. Okay, apparently you were 2 characters over. Shit. Diana Sark's Cult, Dragonfire, Arian, Fuzzy, Logic, Gary23, Gingy Ginger, Harry Beaver, Isaac Meep. There you are. There you are. Yarvik, Johnny5, Claycree 2. Huh? Mandrill, Musami, Night Fury 3.0, Reprimand, Robot, Rusto Poblo. Oh, Pablo Resta has come back from the dead. Salford Sal, still alive. Scubs 15, Tidy. By the way, if you want some good YouTube tutorials, Salford Sal, good bet. Googler, YouTuber, more likely. That'll make more sense. It's got some good tutorials for Dwarf Fortress. Well worth a look. So that's Hibernoway. You're not in there. That's fine. Let's find another name for you. We're going to give it to Adil here. What do you do, Adil? Are you some kind of noble? You're the broker. Oh, I say. Paste. Hibernoway. Commit. You're in. We've got 8 more dwarves. Excuse me. Phonics would like a dwarf. Phonics Nopma. Okay. Interesting. Not in any way related to the group Pentatonics? No, why would you be? Why would I? For some reason I had a very... what I thought was an amusing little outburst there, and it turned out that once it passed my lips, it was absolute dog dirt. Useless. Bloody useless. What a joke. What a shite joke. You deserve better. I apologise. You're in, Phonics. You're in. Random Guy. Hello, Random Guy. Let's get you in there. You are going to be taking the role of Urvash, who is currently very unhappy. You know what? The last person in the queue gets Urvash. I apologise, but you snooze. You suffer from serious mental issues. You're Vabok. Oh no, Vabok isn't allowed to do anything either. Oh, Vabok is severely wounded without a hospital, isn't he? He's got like crushed fingers and missing ears and whatnot. Let's not give him Vabok. You can be Vukar. Set nickname to Vukar. There we go. Apparently I didn't actually copy that. Let's try it again. Copy, paste, okay. Commit. There we go. Markers complete. Dave Velociraptor wants James Saville. Saville. You know what? I would if we didn't have so few names left. Righteous Boner, though, in the queue. Here we go. Here we go. You can have Ume? No. Cole. What does Cole do? He's some kind of noble. He's the Hammerer. An ex-Gelder. Interesting. The focus of his work has switched ends of the creatures he deals with. No longer is he removing testicles, he's bashing in heads. Exciting, exciting retraining opportunities. I reckon people who do paleontology should be called boners, right? It's kind of what they do. They look for bones. Although I suppose they don't. They look for bones that have been turned into stones. Stone boners. Bone stoners. No, stone boners sounds better. Bone stoners sounds like something to do with the Ford 20. Very exciting. Right, we've got a load of names in. Let me just quickly have a little look down here. P greater than PN, says Plutonium Jesus. I'm trying to scroll up chat so I can actually see what's going on. Here we go. We've broken past the little hook at the bottom that keeps us looking at the latest messages. Hello, random guy. Welcome to the stream. Of course, we've already given you a name, so we know you're there. We know you're there. I say we, like I'm some kind of fucking royal. That's weird. Ugh, feels bad. Ugh, disgusting. Ugh, royalty. Ugh. He heard about the famous elf incident and decided hammering was a worthy cause. I reckon. Oh, wait a minute. Look, we've got two Claycrees, haven't we? Claycree 1 and Claycree 2, which suggests to me that Claycree 2 has returned from that suicide mission we sent him on. Which he shouldn't have. I mean, clue's in the name. But he's also fine. Which means that sending him on a mission with no hope of success has cheered him right up. It's given him a bit of a happy time. Very strange. Let's quickly go back to the fortress and check the military screen to see if this hypothesis holds up to scrutiny. I'm not pressing any more cage traps for a moment. Sorry, game. I am just going to press M. Tin Groves. Nope. Crabs of Bronze. Nope. Night Fury 2.0 still in there, as is Asmel, but they're currently travelling, which is a euphemism for being imprisoned by necromancers. Saxel, Cadol, Limmel, Vabok, Onel, and Pablo Rasta. Oh, didn't I give No, obviously not, because Vabok would have that name if I had just named someone. Don't worry. So it doesn't look like Claycree was actually part of a military squad at all. It was just me being a Papega and putting in double namies. Well, Claycree, if you're here, I mean, pick one. We're going to have to ask you to pick one because we're running out of names. We've got 5 people in the fortress who haven't been named, and 4 of them are not actually citizens. They're people who've come to slay monsters, and the other one is, basically a vegetable after being seriously wounded. So, not optimal name fodder. That's the thing. Let's keep going. I believe dead people can come back in migrant waves for no reason in the current game. Oh, my only source on this is Krugsmash. Interesting. Krugsmash, very good. Easily, obviously, the best Dwarf Fortress YouTuber, I would say. Well worth a watch. Give him a look. That's weird. By the way, Scoundrel, you should give up the dwarf called Mandrill. That's true. He's only a meme dwarf, as is Barry McCockiner and others, but they're in. I feel like it's weird to rename namies, but, maybe we'll take a vote on it later on. If somebody puts in a request, like a non-meme request. Oh, Tidy has said OG Claycree or Claycree 2.0. Tidy wants to overrun a Claycree. I suppose that's doable, right? Is Tidy in the fortress? Tidy's definitely... No, Tidy, you've already got a dwarf. Your dwarf is a lovely child, a lovely innocent child, skipping through the corridors of Cryptbeards, untouched by the horrors of the outside world, filled with the beautiful joy of the young. But maybe not. Maybe you're actually a twisted, psychotic child. One of those little Kevins from We've Got to Talk About Kevin. We'll see. Now there's an interesting notion, Ravelin. We can name the vegetable Mandrill. A name transfer, that's doable. Let's do it. Not that we actually need Mandrill right now. If it comes to it, we'll change it. But right now we've got an empty queue, so we don't need to worry too much. Excuse me. I know the guy who did the Barry. I'm sure he wouldn't mind. He was watching at my recommendation. Well, in that case, maybe we'll transfer that as well. Meme characters are at risk, it would seem. But we'll see what goes on. I was born in the fortress just before the great elves saved us from the evil monsters. Oh, Tidy, what is this disgusting pro-elf propaganda you're spouting? a horrible taste in my mouth. It's almost like I've scooped a groove out of a dog turd with the tip of my tongue. Ugh, disgusting. Absolutely rancid. How dare you say these things? That's pretty graphic, wasn't it? Let's have a little look down here. Why so few dwarves? We have had banned tidy. That's a bit harsh. We have had several invasions that have come and locked us in for some time, and we had to pull out of a mood spiral. Basically, we've been trapped and had quite a few dwarves succumb to the perils of being locked inside. Other than that, we had quite a few killed by undead as well. Quite a few killed by undead. We've had a few killed by Forgotten Beast? ? There's been a lot of deaths, essentially. I mean, this is the third attempt at taking this site. The first time we attempted, the volcano was fine, but the undead were a bit of a shit. The second time, the volcano erupted and caused all sorts of carnage, leading to us attempting to seal ourselves in, which didn't really work out too well. And then the third time, so far, is a charm. It's very nice. It's very nice. This is some quality Dwarf Fortress content. 1 hour to dig a tunnel. I'm loving the stream though, that's true. I mean, let's not kid ourselves. I am not one of those streamers that pitches themselves as an expert gamer. I am not going to be showing you any elite moves. There's going to be no 360 no-scoping on this channel. Well, everybody gets a little bit of luck every now and again. Although, having said that, it's unlikely I will 360 no-scope anyone in Dwarf Fortress, even an NPC. I mean, for a start, there are no scopes in Dwarf Fortress, so everything I do is technically no-scoped, and there's also no real way of rotating the game. So, very little 360ing going on. Anyway, where were we? Those aren't cobbled entrances, they're all dead dwarves. Well, there are some memorial slabs there, but they've mostly been upended by the undead for some reason. Approximately 90% of the time since I've discovered this stream, we've been under siege while talking about mandrills. That's true. The mandrill chat is perennial here. Constantly they're coming back up again. Recently, though. Not constantly since the beginning of the stream. We've had other memes. Trust me. There's been some weird shit discussed. For example, bum singing, as Night Fury pulls out. That was a big one. And skinnies. We were all wondering at one point if there was such a thing as skinnies, but no, that was never answered. To be honest, the bum singing thing was never fully answered to my, full satisfaction. But hey, never mind. Sometimes there are some things that man was just not meant to know. Apparently, although that makes me want to know them even more. Clearly missed the button. That's Dwarf Fortress. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. You missed the skinnies. Well, I was thinking, we have people who are furries and they dress up in fursuits and have like fursonas, and they, have lots of animal hybrid, anamorphic? Not anamorphic, that's lenses. What's the word? Anthropomorphic animals kind of things. Are there animals that go the other way and pretend to be like anamorphic humans or something? And would they be called skinnies if so? Because, they wear skin suits. Sounds grim when you say it like that, doesn't it? But, do they wear little suits, like little Action Man doll outfits that make them look like a human being? Is there a hamster somewhere who's crammed himself into an Action Man or a Barbie doll going, oh, the human, look at me, hey! You want to fee? You can't really say yiffing backwards, can you? It wouldn't work. Not that I have to say I'm prejudiced in any way against people who like a bit of furrying. That's fine. It's fine. It's up to you. I mean, I'm not judging. And honestly, unusually for me saying I'm not judging, I'm actually not judging. I don't mind. I think some of those fursuits look pretty cool. Someone came into the chat the other day who had an actual fursuit, and when he showed us the pictures, it was pretty fucking good. I mean, pro quality construction and everything. Well, good. I liked it. I like a bit of cosplay. I like a bit of an inventive costume. It's very good. It's very exciting. I mean, some people take it to a sexy angle, which, I'm not opposed to by any stretch of the imagination, but I would prefer to see something like an elaborate costume rather than, very scanty costume. That's all. That's all I'm saying. Don't know why I came to that. Well, I don't know why I was talking about that. Just came to mind, you know. Isn't that just a latex kink? Well, I don't know. I'm unaware. I don't think there are many animals like capable of climbing into a latex suit. It'd be weird. No, says Righteous Plainer. We ain't having this skinnies conversation. Oh, that's good. I'm glad you've seen the light and you're bringing us back to the true and straight and narrow path, the Dwarf Fortress path, the Dwarven path. I am a gamer and I'm playing Dwarf Fortress. They are digging holes, except they're not because I haven't actually designated any. What are we doing here? We're placing traps. That was the plan. So build, capital T. Let's go down to C, cage traps, and start placing a few. Here we go. Our first cage trap goes in. Bosh. We're going to make it with andesite mechanisms. How about another one? Bang. Look at this. We're going crazy. Let's put as many fucking cage traps down as we can. Why is it just pinging down there every time I put one in? Cage trap here, please. Enter. Bosh. Cage trap. Yes, this is how it's done. Right, this first row here is going to be entirely cage traps. Blocked. Oh, it's done it again. It's pinged all the way down there for some reason. This... Stop it. Stop it, game. Why you do this to me? Get your fingers out of my arse. There we go. Here we go. Let's get that in there. Lovely. Oh, look at that. It's working. Oh, it's not working. It's not working. Oh, fart knockers. Will you... I'm almost tempted to use the mouse. Oh! Getting a little bit raggy about it. It's not good. There we go. 3 hits of the enter key and then right is what you want to do, scoundrel. That's right. Well done. Well done. Congratulations. You're not a complete peg. I did say only that row, didn't I? Tell you what, let's stop with that now. Let's start thinking about maybe making some spike traps. Yes? Question mark? Query? Conundrum? Maybe. Let's get those traps in. Let's see how they fare. And then we'll start thinking about other potential trappages. Because we don't really have weapons to spare to go in any weapons traps. Ah, here's an idea. Let's get our glass industry started so we can have some lovely spinning green glass discs. Oh, very exciting. Build workshop. No, actually, it's not workshops, is it? It's forges. So it's V. No, it's E. It is E. Well done. Magma glass furnace is A. So we can now see where we need the hole. And the hole needs to be at the top in the middle. Very nice. So DH. Okay, back out of there. DH. Let's pop a little hole in the floor there. Bosh. Lovely. Let's make that priority number 1 so it gets done nice and quick. Lovely and fast. Sweet and swiftly. With great alacrity comes great timeliness. Come on. Come on, my little miners. Get down there. Do your diggy jobs. Make me a hole. Make me a hole. Let's have a look over at chat while we wait for the hole to get done. Should Scoundrel become a just chatting Twitch thought? Excuse me. What is a thought? I have to say, I've seen the term. It was in an H3H3 video title only the other day, and I have no fucking clue what it means. Oh, Jesus Christ on a fucking bike. Just excuse me for a moment. This is terrible. There's some gear grinding going on for Night Fury up at the top of chat. Maybe I should have a little look down here. Let's have a look at there, see what it's talking about. Mostly a sex thing, partially a thing so social phobic people can interact with others. Intriguing. Is this a hypothesis regarding the furry phenomenon? The phenomenon. Phenomenon. That's not that good, but I was impressed. Let's have a look down here. My guilty pleasure is tattoo fixers. On that show, a furry fella got his tattoo changed into his fursona. My guilty pleasure had a fella with a guilty pleasure with a guilty tattoo that he replaced with his guilty pleasure. So many layers of guilt and pleasure. Oh, it's like a Wall's Viennetta of guilt. To be honest, my guilty pleasure for TV is The Curse of Oak Island. I fucking love that show. Amazing. Like, nothing happens and they make the biggest fuss about it. It's great. Alchemedes says, I assumed furry was entirely a sex thing. I think once something like that happens, it's like it's probably got an element and certainly a subculture of sex, but I don't think the entirety of the furry subculture is sex based. I mean, like, it just doesn't. I feel, I mean, all human beings are sexual, but I mean, are they focusing it via the medium of fursuits? Chat has come alive, so obviously this is a very hot topic for conversation. People, note to self, people love the furry stuff. Oh, they fucking love it. Oh, stick more furry stuff in, but don't talk about skinnies. They hate skinnies. I was watching another stream, the Chilluminati stream, very good stream, highly recommend. And they were talking about people who dress up as insects. They would be called shellies, and people who dress up as lizards or dinosaurs would be scalies. Which I like. I like the sound of that. I doubt they exist, but maybe they do. Who knows? Let's make our little glass furnace, place it over that hole. Very delicately place it over the hole so they may have access to the magma. There we go. There's my little Baron Greenback voice, just in case you were wondering what that was. And if you don't know who Baron Greenback is, I can't help you. That's your fucking problem. Don't come crying to me with your lack of knowledge of 80s cartoons containing the actors David Jason and... oh, fuck, who was Penfold again? They were both David Jason, weren't they? Or were they? Oh, crumbs! Anyway, enough of this. Let's not talk about Danger Mouse. Let's come down here. Hive and Nowhere at some point decided to reevaluate their life. That's good. It's good. Everyone should do that every now and again. Oh yes, a thought. There's probably explaining what thoughts are to me. I kind of wish I had a fursuit for next time I went outside. I don't know, I feel like the fur's going to pick up germs, right? It's going to need a lot of cleaning, and it's going to be expensive dry cleaning. You're not going to be able to just put that thing in the wash, are you? It's going to completely fuck it up. Isn't traps don't work that well against undead? I hope that's not the case, because this may well end up being the end of the fortress. My overestimation of the power of traps. Mask on, indeed, Tidy. Next time I venture out for Jacob's Cream Crackers and Lube, I might wear my Mike Myers Halloween mask, which, as we probably all know at this point, is an inside-out... what's his name? Star Trek captain. Best friends with... what's his name? The guy from Rollins' band. Called Henry. You know, Henry Rollins. That's the one. Fucking hell. Kirk. William Shatner. Oh, God, it feels good when something comes out of your memory like that. It's good, I like it. A thought equals a whore. Oh, my goodness. That is a weird... Where's that come from? We already have a perfectly acceptable array of words for prostitutes. That hoe over there. Oh, I see. It's an well, it's not an acronym. Is it an acronym? It's an initialism. An acronym has to make a word. An initialism is just a collector of initials. Like NASA. NASA is an initialism, whereas Uncle from the Man from Uncle is an acronym. Is an acronym one that's an acronym that stands out from a time travel? Oh my god! Oh, I can't believe how laboured that joke became in the time between conceiving of it and trying to say it. There was like a little thread of humour, and then like one of those crazy horseworms in a bucket of water, it just went boom and exploded into a complex coil of bad stuff. Let's abandon that joke. It wasn't going anywhere. Hello, Professor Voland. Welcome back. He is also a dwarf digging a hole. Diggy, diggy hole, diggy, diggy hole. Very good. Very good. Congratulations. I like it. Where they shit in diapers and threw it at cars? Question mark. Oh, the stupid rainforest thing. Oh, okay. I'm unfamiliar with that. That's crazy. I've been watching a lot of Taskmaster on YouTube. Very good show. Very well worth a watch, I would say. If you haven't seen Taskmaster, watch it. Not the American version. That, sadly, is a big old stack of dog dirt. But the English version, powerful stuff. Very good. Well worth a try. You're going to cut off your legs and it's going to be a Sith Lord. Oh, I see. That's of course, that's the result of you having the high ground. Of course. I got the meme. And I never get anything in chat. I normally look at stuff in chat and go, what was the context for that? Please explain. But that one, I got it straight away. It's good. Oh, Night Fury coming back with a burn. Wait, you reckon there's people that dress up as mandrills? I mean, if we Google mandrill suit now, we're either going to see a lot of pictures of mandrills photoshopped into tuxedos, or we're going to see something very special. So do that now. Please name a dwarf Gary23. Am I allowed to name multiple dwarves? Professor Voland, we are running very low on dwarves, I have to say. We've already accidentally given Claycree 2 dwarves. You're going to have to wait until your original dwarf dies, I'm afraid. Put yourself in the queue. Feel free to do the namey thing, but you're going to have to wait until one of them pops their clogs before you get another namey. Or a migrant wave. Who knows? Who knows? Dave the Velociraptor does not dress up as a dinosaur. Why would you? You're a Velociraptor. You've already got the perfect form. James Tiberius Kirk. That's right. Tiberius. There's a name. Holy shit. The joke crashed in the pit lane. It didn't even get to the pit lane. It fucking just blew up on the launch pad. It was unbelievable. So TLA is not a TLA? Question mark? I don't understand what you're saying there, Mr. Velociraptor. I can confirm there is a singular mandrill fursuit. Oh my goodness. Let's have a little look at that. Hello, Salford Sal. Oh, there she is. The lady herself. I was pimping out your... that's a bad choice of words. I was recommending your YouTube tutorials earlier, just before you arrived. Hopefully you'll get some views, and hopefully it won't be people who have misinterpreted my intent. That would be awful. Don't be bad. Don't be bad. She's getting good views for good content. Don't make it a bad thing. Don't be dicks. Come on. Have to say it. They upload full episodes on YouTube weekly now. Currently halfway through season 5. Oh, that's good. That's very good. I didn't realise. I've been watching some of the home tasking stuff. I haven't been watching all of it, I have to say. Some of them not quite as good as the professional comedians, which is a shame. Then again, you wouldn't expect everybody to be as funny as a professional comedian, right? Otherwise, we'd all be professional comedians. Seems like a good job. Although I don't think I could actually stand on stage and do that. That would probably shit me up really quite powerfully. 3-letter acronym. Oh, that's true. That is true. TLA is not TLA. That's correct. Very not. That is how it works, Gary23, Professor Voland. That is how you put a name in the namey queue. Can we pull up and buy it for Scoundrel to stream in? I mean, if we can arrange for me to not dox myself, but receive a fucking mandrill fursuit, as long as I go over it with a UV light to make sure nobody's spunked in it or anything, I will wear it on stream. I am certainly not contributing any money to this madcap caper, but I would definitely consider donning it. We'll have to see. Should add some quality mandrill content. I would try and... I can't technically pimp Salford Sal. I have neither the cane, the large feathered floppy hat, nor the gaudy sense of dress. But I'll do my best. I'll do my best. Do my very level best. It's only a mask, unfortunately, and like boots, the rest is just coloured spandex. That is disappointing. That's very disappointing. Get a P.O. box. Man, imagine that, having to go to a fucking post office to collect the enormous mandrill fursuit. My goodness. I mean, if you want to go as far as commissioning one, I personally think you might be slightly mentally ill, but, maybe I could manipulate that to my advantage. I wouldn't ever start a cult. How dare you suggest that? What do you think I am? Some kind of, oh, wait a minute, that's libelous. Very clever, scoundrel. Didn't mention Athene, so you didn't get... Oh. Whoops. Where were we? Let's have a little look elsewhere, shall we? We'd all like to see Scoundrel in spandex. Oh, I'm not sure you would. Lockdown and quitting smoking have come together like the pincers of a crab and cornered me in a little cul-de-sac of fatness. I look like I've swallowed a fucking football. I've never been fat before. It's an interesting experience. Very interesting. That's true. Probably shouldn't start a cult. I mean, I'm not going to start a cult. I mean, much as it seems like a fun thing to do, it's a lot of fucking work, right? You've got to be on constantly, 24/7. And I don't think I can be on 24/7. I don't think I could do who would be good at starting a cult? Who's that guy with the big hands? The American chap. Like, you know, like an actual giant who stands on a stage and tells everybody, if you just believe, you can make your life better. I want to say Barry Simmons, but I'm pretty sure that's not his name. In fact, I'm absolutely certain. Something. He looks like Andre the Giant's brother who went to law school and didn't end up being drawn into the world of wrestling. What's his name? Not Trump, because tiny hands. The guy with the big hands. You'll know who I mean when you fucking know who it is. He's definitely got very big hands. Give us your neighbour's address. Oh God, I'm not doing that. Heavens no. Whoops. You don't want fucking hotkeys bound to sound effects, Night Fury. That's madness. That way radio lies. Danny DeVito. Yes, Danny DeVito. Famously a very large-handed Tony Robbins. That's the guy. Not to be confused with the guy who played Baldrick, because he's a different Robbins. He's Tony Robinson. It's very different. No, not Mickey Mouse. Close though. Close. Tony Robbins is Hibernoe takes the cake, takes the prize. He was in one of the very worst Jack Black movies. Yes, now that you mention that, Shallow Hal, that's the one. Hello, Nick Ambient. Welcome to the stream. Well, I hope you enjoy yourself. I was about to make a joke about you being in the background, but that would have been really bad. Really bad. My punning is occasionally okay, but most of the time it's fucking awful. John Enormous Hands McGee. No, we've already established it's Tony Robbins. And I don't even know why I was talking about Tony Robbins now. I've forgotten. I've completely forgotten what the context was. I still can't believe Baldrick presented Time Team. Wouldn't it have been better if it was actually Tony Robbins instead? I reckon it would have been fantastic. Anyway, let's get back to some Dwarf Fortress, shall we? Or is that not a thing we do anymore? Is that not something I do? It is something I do. It's definitely the reason we're all here. Because, honestly, nobody watches unless I'm playing Dwarf Fortress. So, it's weird, isn't it? It's weird. Considering how much Dwarf Fortress I don't play. Let's go to Dwarf Therapist quickly and check to see if we have an actual glass maker. Because I'm getting a feeling that this little workshop isn't going to get made. Oh, it needs an architect. Not a glass maker. That's interesting. Where are you, glass maker? Reveal yourself. Oh, here we go. Bauxite Beard. He's got a point in glass making. Does he have other skills? It's a sideline. He's also our gem cutter. I'm fairly certain with this very tight population, this very petite little group of people, this little bijou grouping, I'm fairly certain we don't have any peasants knocking around. I'll have assigned tasks to them already and they'll have stopped doing other stuff. So we'll have to wait for a migration wave before we can really start assigning people to do other stuff. Hopefully between gem setting and stuff, you'll find time to make the glassmakers thing, but we'll see. We shall see. You shall not ask. I can't see the little undead on the surface anymore. Oh, yeah, I can. There they are, hanging around a bit of sandy tree. It's nice. Oh, hello, poop. Congratulations, Night Fury. That is a very well applied poop. There we go. Someone pooped in chat at the right moment. It's very good. What's Tacoma Games? Well, if any of you happen to be in the Tacoma area of Washington State, United States of America, you may be interested in visiting Tacoma Games. They sell tabletop role-playing games, collectible card games, board games, polyhedral dice, and miniatures. If that sounds like your kind of thing, then tell them I sent you, and they'll know that it was worth spending some money on shipping this mug halfway around the world. Sorry, what was that? Shill? Oh, fuck off. Come on. Anyway, oh, by the way, don't go there now. It's shut. But once the virus stuff's over, tell them I sent you. It'd be nice. It'll feel good. You might even see this stream on the big screen in the store. Unlikely if it's at any point where kids might walk in, obviously. That would be a bad idea. But sometimes, very rarely, it happens. It's good. Where were we? Boom, 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 boom. I love how as mayor, my only skill is being an expert hunter under permanent lockdown. It's not the best skill under lockdown, but hey, your political career does not necessarily hinge on your skills. It's a personality thing. That's what the dwarves want. They want you to be just like an empty husk personality, like in real politics. Heavens above. Beatings. Very exciting. So, let's have a little look at the traps. They're not getting made. Now, why is that? Question mark. Needs mechanics. Okay, so I'm assuming our current mechanic is preoccupied with making mechanisms. He is. There are only 36 mechanisms left to be made, however, so I think we just let that one play out, right? Let it play out, and then he'll get on to making the traps. Once we see the traps starting to appear, we can maybe fanny about making some lovely spikes to go into spike traps. That would be nice, wouldn't it? In fact, let's take a look at our stocks again. Let's have a little look. What have we got? What can we make spikes out of? Actually, we should go to the bars. That'll tell us more. Excuse me. Gotta hold my breath for a second, try and get rid of these hiccups. Fingers crossed that worked. Professor Volan says, I'll be sure to check out the store in 1 to 2 years once the virus is sorted. Very good, very wise. Keep that social isolation up and wash your hands. Also, don't baby bird anybody. That's a good idea. Someone got interrupted by an Istral warrior. Oh my god, that sounds like an old early 90s, late 80s computer game from Japan. Istral warrior. Like Ikari warrior. Anyway, where were we? Gold, iron bars, gold bars, silver bars, copper bars, bronze bars, tin bars, billion bars, rose gold bars, and charcoal bars. I'm thinking really tin looks like the material to use just because of its abundance. However, we are getting a bit more copper in, so I feel like maybe we'll let the bronze level climb and make some bronze spikes. Yeah? Or maybe see if we can find some other stuff. I don't want to make them out of tin. Tin sounds like a bad material for spikes, right? Tin, I imagine, is a bit of a weak material, comparatively. Let's not make any spikes yet. Let's think about making some... Oh, we can't make green glass discs, can we? We have hit a weaponry bottleneck. It looks like we're going to have to try and think of a solution from outside of the box. Maybe we could set some more mining going. That's probably a good idea. Let's go down to the mines, which I realise I didn't include in the tour, did I? That's mainly because I completely forgot about the mines. We found gold, we found cinnabar, we found some lovely lumpy chicken wrap. We found some lovely gemstones in the walls. Let's get those out with some vein mining. Lovely. Good. We come over here. Any more gems or veins that have been discovered? No? Oh, just wait a moment. There are some gems. Bosh, there we go. Let's get those out of the ground. Have those. Lovely. And any more up here? I don't feel like we've had the greatest of success mining on this floor. However, I think I'm going to continue the strip mining operation until we've really exposed most of it. Kind of makes sense. So, I'm going to do something that you might consider a little bit crazy. I'm going to put one line in here, like that. Okay, I'll go to dwarf df hack. I'm going to type in GUI/stamper, and then I'm going to cull the selection. Here we go. P. Press enter here. No, well, actually, what I'm going to do is click on the window, so I'm back in the game again. Hooray! Then press P. Then come over here. There we go. Let's put a lovely load of lines in there. And we'll come up here. Maybe put a few up here. There's not much space there, is there? Let's go like this. There we go. Bosh. Lovely. Lovely. Now we'll get to expose some more veins, hopefully. Plus, no penis joke. And we're also going to dig off the side of this bad boy as well, because we can. There are no consequences for these actions. It's all good. Oh, buggery. Oh, actually, no, putting two between, that makes more sense. Ah, so much more efficient. If only I had had this idea quite some time ago. That would have been fantastic. Okay, let's let them dig this shit out. And then, hopefully, we'll find some exciting veinery to turn into metals, which we can use to create spikes, which we can use to drive, nay, thrust into the underbellies of our foes. Pew. What's going on in chat? Seems very exciting. What is baby birding? Oh, I'm sorry, Dave. I apologise for introducing this to your entire life. It's terrible of me. Why did I say that? There we're going. Dave Velociraptor says, I'm happy if I never leave my house again, so long as I get a great big CRT for playing DOS games and the internet to watch YouTube and Switch. I watched a video recently, well, a month or two ago, that was saying CRT monitors are actually shit hot for gaming, because a lot of them don't have like a fixed resolution. You can run them at insanely high resolutions, and the contrast ratios are fantastic. So unfortunately, because I was watching it on like an LCD / phone screen, I couldn't actually, appreciate how it looked. But apparently, CRTs look great for modern games as long as they're a good, late high technology CRT. Anyway, where were we? Tin is not a weapons grade metal anyway. It's a shame. Night Fury says, surely we could weaponise the stray dogs. I mean, yeah, if you want to fire bullets made out of marshmallow out of your gun, yeah, they can be weaponised. But unfortunately, stray dogs, any form of dog, even war-trained dogs, not particularly effective in combat. Bit shit. I know, Salford Sal. The internet and staying in is kind of my jam. I like it. I like it a lot. Or, more likely my marmalade, because I prefer that to jam. I'm more of a citrus chap. I like a bit of orange, like a bit of lemon, like a bit of lime. Not so hot on the old strawberries. Not a big fan. I mean, they're all right, but, give me that sweet citrus. In fact, after this stream, I'm going to be cutting 2 large oranges into quarters, and then very carefully peeling back the skin from the outside and putting the entire wedge in my mouth. Not doing the whole skin on wedge in the mouth. I'm going to take them out, put the whole thing in my gob. It's amazing. I can barely keep the juice in my mouth. I'm salivating just thinking about it. Anyway, where were we? No space skipping. How ineffective. See, everybody noticed that way before I did. Oh dear. I am going to keep it that way because I'm not looking at it. We're looking at other stuff while it happens. It's happening in the background. It's not important. It'll be fine. It will be fine. Please change it back to 2 rows in between. Don't worry. I'll remember it on further floors. On further floors, I'll do the whole thing stamped before we actually dig anything out, and it'll be fine. Don't panic. Please remain calm. Please remain calm. I have 6 CRTs in my retro room. Ooh, Dave Velociraptor. How retro is it? Do you also have like those big jars of sweets they used to have in old style sweet shops? That's retro. Highly recommend Dogs of War if you like your sci-fi. Dogs of War, game, movie? What media does this come from? Hybernoe. Tell us more. I love lime marmalade, says Dave Velociraptor, and I've not had it for years because I forgot it existed. I'm now going to buy some because you made me remember it. Well, there you go. I'm glad I could be of service. Thank you for your service, scoundrel. You've got me back into the old marmalade. I do like it. I like it with a little bit of the rind in as well. I love to get a little bit of the old little bits of rind in there and just bite the white bit off and then eat the rest of it. Oh, God. I haven't had marmalade for years either. Kel don't like it, so we never end up buying it. Which is weird because I've got a massive jar of piccalilli in the cupboard and nobody fucking likes that either. I don't know. I've got more of a. I've gone as I get older. I get more into the savouries. I used to be very much a sweeties kind of boy, but now I'm very much a crackers and cheese man. It's all good. Working tech for theatres, I've also seen CRTs used for musicals and operas to show the performers and orchestra live feed video of the conductor if there are obstructed sightlines because there's less latency. Ah, that's not a bad idea actually. I suppose latency can really fuck up an orchestra, couldn't it? Oh man, imagine if you could introduce deliberate latency. If it's not doxing you, where do you work? I used to work at the Barbican. I didn't do any actual stage work. I was a behind the scenes office kind of guy. But I used to work at the Barbican in London and I saw quite a few cool things going on there. It opened my eyes to the level of elaborateness available in the gobo market. Before seeing the catalogues they had, I was unaware of what a gobo was, and now I even use them in Blender. It's amazing. It's a book by Adrian Tchaikovsky. Ooh. Any relation to the composer? I'll have to look into it. In turn, for sci-fi, I will recommend, you probably already know this, Isaac Arthur on YouTube. Check him out. He's a futurist. It's a good series. Ooh, lemon curd. I love lemon curd. I do. But then again, I'm not the only person in the house who likes lemon curd, so we do end up getting that fairly frequently. Ooh, I love a bit of lemon curd. Lovely stuff. You know what? When I'm feeling truly decadent, I like to put lemon curd or maybe Nutella at a pinch on digestive biscuits, squish them together to make into a little sandwich, and then I wedge the whole thing in my mouth, just getting borderline close to choking myself on crumbs, and I just crunch it up. Oh, lovely. Oh, this is lovely. And piccalilli is absolutely lovely stuff. Very tangy. London, yeah, I've worked in London pretty much most of my life. But I don't live anywhere near the Barbican. I've done a lot of jobs near the Barbican actually. I worked for Skanska. They've got offices opposite there that was on the Metronet project. Holy shit, if you want to look into a fun story of corruption and scamming in the construction industry, check out the Metronet. Check that out, it's good. There you go, there's a hint if any of you work for Private Eye. Probably already know though. Oxford Road? What's that? A place or something you spread on toast? I worked portering at the Barbican. Hello, colleague. Well, that's interesting. What period? I was probably there somewhere around between... I can't remember the year. Did you know... I can't give you names either, can I? I'm doxing people. I got fired from that job anyway, so it's probably best not to aggravate people. It was all good. It's all good. I like working there, to be honest, for a bit. Oh yeah, no, I do like a tart lemon curd, one that really does make your eyes water, Dave. That's a good one. Hello, Cyralac. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us. Another Dwarf Fortress streamer indeed, but to be honest, I've mostly been playing, well, I'm looking over there, it's not paused, so it's not paused Fortress, but I've mostly been playing, just yapping into the microphone, staring at chat this evening. It's been a very convivial evening, but trust me, there is a plan. There is some degree of method to the madness. We do have something on the go. It mainly at the moment revolves around waiting for mechanisms to get crafted and someone to get bored of mucking around with gems so they can do some glass work, but it's all good. I worked in this accounting department for ITV for 6 weeks. Ooh, very exciting. TV. When it was, do you ever bump shoulders with old, what's his name? The pig fucker who used to run the Tory party. Not that he actually fucked a pig, of course, but you know, the guy with the big sort of shiny spam. The one who got us involved in all this, madness. David Cameron, that's it. Did you ever work with him? He worked for Carlton, didn't he? Where were we? Let's keep going down here. You don't know how shocked I was when I found out what digestive biscuit actually was. I mean, the name doesn't sound appealing, does it, Ravelin? I mean, if you have no idea of the glory of the wonderful digestive biscuit, I like a rich tea actually better, but the digestive biscuit seems to be a better substrate for spreads. I like a spread on a digestive. I like a rich tea dunked. Anyway, I digress. What was I talking about? I do not live in Hertfordshire. No, I live on the other side of London. That's the closest I'm going to get to telling you where I live, because I'm starting to dox myself if I'm not careful. Yeah, digestive biscuit does sound like something that may have been digested already, which is not good. It sounds like a euphemism for a poop. Oh dear, I appear to have dropped a digestive biscuit on the floor. Something like that. It's good. That's how you really play it, though. That's true. That is true. Mostly Dwarf Fortress is kind of paused in menus, but today I've just been letting it run, letting the production lines go. It's very exciting. 2016 to 2018. It's probably after I'd left. Enjoyed working there, but it was for an agency, so low pay, bad hours. Funny to think we've got a connection though. Yeah, it's a small world, isn't it? I mean, if you dig deep enough, usually you'll find some level of connection between most people you meet, like, even if it's a very thin tangential wisp, like having worked in the same place. But yeah, it's all good. I used to work in the office, you know, the one, I don't know if it's even there, but on the underpass, there was like a little underpass walkway bit, and there's an office with all like big glass windows that look out directly into the underpass walkway. It's not even underpass, it's kind of an overpass. Oh man, I could have got arrested around there so many times. David Cameron did fuck a pig, says Night Fury. Well, that's open to debate. There's a possibility that you fucked a pig. But I mean, to be honest, is putting your penis in the mouth of a dead pig technically fucking? I mean, I don't know. Depends. Dave Velociraptor, sorry, tripping over my own tongue. This is not another DF streamer. This is the final evolution. This is the pinnacle. It gets no better than this. Am I like a Dwarf Fortress Pokemon? Have I come out of my Pokeball and suddenly taken on my ultimate form? I mean, I'm not even sure my power levels reach 9,000. I'm pretty sure it's hovering somewhere in the mid-tier double digits. We'll see. Yes, that was basically what he did, Tidy. Dark Pixel 797, which 797 sounds like an airplane designation. Interesting. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us. Says, what in the flying fuck is going on? I mean, I think if we could actually figure that out, that might actually spoil the magic. If we actually dissected it. It's like that documentary about Brass Eye that came on the DVD. Did anyone ever see that? Anyone in chat unfamiliar with Brass Eye? Or indeed the works of Chris Morris? Because if you aren't, I highly recommend you go and acquaint yourself with them lickety-split, toot-sweet, with great alacrity, as fast as you can. It's very good. He's a clever, interesting, funny man. In his defence, David Cameron was against Brexit and campaigned against it. I know. I mean, to be honest, it felt weird being on the same side. But, I mean... yeah, maybe you couldn't have anticipated it, but for fuck's sake. He pushed the button. He pulled the lever. And from that, I will never forgive. Ravelin, I thought it was something people who can't control their bowels ate, and the English just ate it culturally. Right, like a binding agent for the guts. That's what it is. Dude, Brexit would have been fine if they actually went through with it instead of refusing to commit one way or another forever. I mean, not the opinion that I would share with you, but, you know, it's too late now. I shouldn't really gripe. I should just get my head down and go, oh. No, says Salford Sal. I shared a canteen with lots of Coronation Street actors and hung out in the Rover's Return, which is a bit of a staff room when there was no filming. Oh, right, I didn't know that. I assumed it would be like an empty set, but I suppose all the sets are together, aren't they? So if they're not using a particular one for filming, they could all hang out in there. Allegedly. Very good. Very good. To be honest, it's a lad's move sticking your dick in a pig's mouth. Well, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I suppose, in a way. I think it's an age thing. Oh, unfamiliar. What did I say? Brass Eye and The Day-to-Day and Blue Jam. Look up the works of... you might know the film Three Lions, I think it's called. and he did a recent one as well, which I don't think was as good, but it was quite good. Like he did a series called Brass Eye, which I think was heavily worked on with Armando Iannucci as well. If you don't know the works of Armando Iannucci and Chris Morris, do a little Google. Treat yourself. Treat yourself to a Google. What is a copper aluminium alloy as an ocular device? Brass Eye. Very good. I get you. I got it. I caught it. I got the reference. Yeah, I'm American and it hasn't appeared in my YouTube recommendations. Oh my goodness. No Robot in Progress? You haven't tuned in at a bad time? I mean, it depends how you define a bad time. I mean, if you're not enjoying it, then yeah, you have. But if you like it, then it's all good. It's all good. It's fantastic. Let's have a look down here. 18. Let me just. That means you were born what? 2002. No. Yeah, 2000. 2 to 18. Yeah, 2002. Oh man, I was 22. Holy shit! Good God. You weren't even born on the Millennium. You never saw the Millennium New Year's parties that went on. I saw a man take 2 full swigs of a glass of warm piss before he realised it wasn't beer on the Millennium Eve. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. That glass got passed all the way down the table we were sitting at. And like everyone was like, warm yellow fluid in a glass with a foaming head? I don't think so, sir. I don't think so. On to the next, on to the next. I feel like slightly that maybe they should have just gone, tip that out, you fucking animal. But no, they waited for somebody to have had enough drink, which was a shame. Ah, dear. I appreciate that your fortress is so stable you can leave it running without ever leaving this spot. Well, let's not get too excited. Let's have a little look at the... the mood of the fortress hasn't actually dropped too badly. Look, still only 2 pretty sado lads and 4 mildly narked people. So it's actually ticking along okay. How's our food going? Let's check the stockpiles, shall we? Excuse me. We've got 1,524 plump helmets. We've also got a number of seeds. Excuse me. We've got some drinks. 2,445 dwarven wine and 217 dwarven ale. And we've got a lot of dog tallow. Holy shit, we should make some soap. Alpaca milk, cat tallow, dog tallow, giant cave toad tallow, large rat tallow, pig tallow, turkey hen eggs, yak's milk. Wow. The food options in this fortress are actually quite limited. 11 eggs, some plump helmets, a lot of plump helmets. I mean, they're not going to be troubled for plump helmets to eat. And that's about it. Eggs and plump helmets, which I believe are a kind of mushroom, right? Cool, I bet there's quite a ming in the air. I bet it's pretty arse-smelling, if you know what I mean. I think there's some pretty guffy dwarves in there. They're all egg-bound as well. I bet none of them can fucking shit. Anyway, where were we? Let's have a look here. 2001, an August boy. Oh, I see. You were 0 in 2002. Heavens above. So young, such youth. Oh my goodness. Copper and zinc is brass. Oh, okay. Cyrillac. So what's copper and tin? Bronze. Okay. Yes. Okay, I got it wrong. It'd be bronze eye. Hello, Harold Beaver. Welcome back to the stream. Passed out by 10 p.m. Oh my god, it's 2 a.m. now. Did I wake you up again? I'm so sorry. I was born in 98 and my first memory is 9/11, so it can always be worse. Fun fact, at the exact time the first plane hit the towers, I was having a wank. So there you go. That was the year I left school, I think, 1998, yeah. No, obviously not 9/11, I mean, but there you go. Turns out taking 2 hits of purple microdot at 8 in the morning doesn't help your chances of getting to midnight. Well, I think I know what you're talking about, but I can't imagine. Does it really get you to sleep? I feel like it sounds. I'm guessing it's some kind of potent hallucinogen, but maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah, acid. I mean, how does that help you sleep? I can't imagine that makes it like, oh, these humdrum hallucinations. These such tedious, quotidian, anodyne things I'm seeing. These colours are so fucking colour. That's yesterday. Where are we going? Did we get more drinks in game? We've got plenty of drinks now, actually. They've done pretty well there. We've done pretty well. Indeed, Papague. It doesn't, but when it wears off, you crash. Oh, I see. I was born in the mid-70s. You're all very young. Oh, Dave Velociraptor, thank you for being slightly older than me. I was born in 1980. October, if anyone cares. Yeah, very exciting. So yeah, I caught most of the 80s as a child. But I didn't get any of the 70s, which is a bit of a shame. I think this probably would have worked quite well in the 70s. He says with his fucking incredibly ratty hair. I should really brush this. My parents were born in the 70s. Heavens above. Heavens above. Wait a minute. Let me just calculate your age quickly. Born in 98. Oh, no, you're well old enough. No, you weren't born in 98. You were... Hang on. Just trying to check to see if I have to bang you. Where is it? Where did he say it? Where did he say it? Yeah. Checking. I can't see it in chat anymore. 0 in 2002. I can't bother to calculate. I'm fairly certain you're not a child. But if you are a child, sling your fucking hook. Get out of here. Parents, your child is watching inappropriate content. Please remove them. Please. Thank you. You can see my birthday on my Twitter page, so it's the 7th, just in case you were wondering. I mean, it wouldn't be too hard to figure out who I am, to be fair. You know, some of you already know my name, so, you know, it's all good. As long as you don't turn up at my house and start being creepy with it, I don't really care. But, you know, I'd try, at least put a fig leaf of an attempt to hide my identity briefly. Most of the streamers I watch stream under their real name anyway, so I feel like, yeah, sure, it's a bit of a risk, but it's not the end of the fucking world, you know? Where are we going? Where are we going? 29. Well, you're not quite a baby. You're like sort of like a young. You're a tween in this crowd, Righteous Bone. You're more of a tween. That's correct. My name is the Scoundrel M. That's right. That is. It's very correct. It's very, very, very correct. Can we turn up at your house without being creepy? No. I might even get a little bit aggro if you turn up at my house. So that would very much be creepy. Very weird. Very strange. Very odd behaviour. But, you know, who knows? Maybe you could overpower me. Oh, God. Why am I saying these things? Why do these things come out of my mouth? Maybe you could just kill me. He wouldn't be too difficult. Honestly, I'm a wimp. I'm dead out of shape. Let's quickly swerve away from this topic. Let's move into a new direction. Let's find a whole new world. A whole new world of dwarven nonsense right here. There we go. Almost made it scan. It's beautiful. Unfortunately, it may have piqued the interest of Disney's lawyers, which is not one of the things you want to really be doing for a successful stream. If you want to ever make any money off of it, which would be nice, but, you know, pretty unlikely, you're probably best not irritating the Dwarven legal department? The Disney legal department. You know, I don't believe there is any kind of legal department that represents all dwarves. That seems unlikely. Or maybe there is. Oh yeah, we never sorted the prison out. Or the hospital. And we never will. Let's go and find our mine. Where's the mine gone? Come on, I'm more interested in raw materials. The sacking of Mother Nature. As in the ransacking. Not some kind of euphemism for rubbing our testicles against her. Have they dug any of this out? Dwarves, what is this? What is this bullshit? Why no dig? Why are my dwarves not digging? I'm going to go and refer to Dwarf Therapist for a second. We have 3 dwarves capable of mining. Currently, Isaac Meep is socialising. How are you? Barry McCockiner is eating. Oh, is he? And Dragonfire currently has no job. Oh, really? Really, Dragonfire? That is an interesting way of looking at the world. Because, as I understand it, some of this mining needs to get done. Oh, hang on. We're not in an alert, are we? No, we're not. What happens if I try and make a little bit of a diggy up here? What about if I try and put another annex on the dead zone? The land of coffins. Oh, they'll do this. They'll do this, but they have no interest in going down into the mines. Well, that's a hot take for a miner, I have to say. But maybe we'll get them to do it. But why is there a slab lying on this stairway? It's in a task, they say, but it's been in a task for quite some time. I'm going to forbid and unforbid it and see if someone picks it up and does something with it. Because, frankly, I'm getting sick of it sitting there. I'm very annoyed. Very annoyed. Dave Velociraptor, that is a very elaborate scheme. I mean, I know my delivery guys. We know our delivery people. So that's cool. So if I see a new face with a Scottish lilt, I'll be very suspicious. Not the drink, obviously. The way of talking. 17. Heavens above. That's old enough, right? I mean, technically you need... No, well, it's old enough to watch. I mean, depends on where you are. Oh, I don't know if I have to ban you or not, Dark Pixel. Don't make me refer to terms of service. Just fucking lie about your age, for God's sake. Come on. Come on. Get with the programme. Haven't you ever tried to get beer out of a bloody pub or anything? This is where he goes, actually, I live in Saudi Arabia. They'd kill me if I tried to drink beer. Okay, maybe don't. Scoundrel McGillicuddy. Ooh, close, but no cigar. Close, but no cigar. Not even if we turn up with lemon curd and a free mandrill fursuit. I don't know why, but if everybody in chat turns up at the same time bearing gifts, it would still feel weird and strange and quite disturbing, maybe even distressing. But I feel like it would be less distressing if you all did it. If one of you turns up, it's like a weird sort of, oh, are they going to stab me? It's like that episode of what's his face? Smell my cheese, Jurassic Park. Saying it in chat won't help. I've scrolled up and the chat's not moving. His name is... Oh shit, I'm going to have to scroll down. Someone's almost certainly said it. No. Oh, fuck it. You never know. That guy. Aha! Steve Coogan character. Fuck. Not Tony. You're only saying this because you want someone to put you in the mandrill fursuit by source. I'm not sure. Maybe if you made like a hybrid Mandalorian mandrill, as in Mandrill-Lorian outfit, that would be cool. Not that I'm saying that will be okay if you turn up at my house. I've got kids here. If you come up and make me feel scared in front of my kids, I might do something dangerous. I'll turn around like a skunk and just spray vile fluids in your face and then be like... That's what will happen. That's how it would turn out. Actually, it would probably more likely, I'll open the door, I'll realise what's going on, and I'll close it, and I'll be looking at the letterbox going, "Go away! I'm scared!" 16 is old enough for a shag in the UK. That is true. That is true. Didn't you block off the mines at some point? No. I don't think I did. A DF hack stamp pasting error possibly? That makes sense, because look here. This area here is also not being dug. The fuck? Oh, a tanner has withdrawn from society. Where are you, my tanning friend? Where are you? gone? They were here, presumably, somewhere. I don't see them. I don't see the... Ah, there we go. Let's follow them, and then we'll deal with the mining issues down the line. Let me catch up with chat while we wait. I need to scroll down because I've missed so much stuff. Well, on Facebook, my birthday is somehow set to April 1st, 1900. So is 120 old enough? I believe so. I believe so. I think you're quite old enough to watch this stream if you're 120. I would be surprised. I would be very surprised. But, If I'm old enough to do a shitty job, I'm old enough to be on Twitch. That does make sense. That does make sense. That's true. That's true. If you work, if you're going up the chimney in the Victorian era and somehow experiencing this stream through a time machine, then I think I can allow you to watch. I think I can allow you to watch. Oh God, no. Don't all turn up with gifts. That's it. Sign for this, please, says the man putting on a London accent to hide a Scottish one. Sign for this, please. Oh, governor, if you wouldn't mind putting your fucking signature here, I'll give you your box. In it, mate. And then you'll be walking off going, ho, 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 I fooled him. Ha ha. There you go. I've got a Scottish accent. A very bad Scottish accent, but I tried. And I didn't say the thing, you know, the 4 words that everybody says when they're trying to do a Scottish accent. I didn't even go there. I'm such a sensitive fucking man. I'm so nice. Even to Scottish people. Alan Partridge! That was the name! I remember. I don't know why I'm doing this, but I am. Alan Partridge. That was it. Why was I looking for Alan Partridge? Steve Buscemi. Ah. I saw the American version of Who Do You Think You Are with Steve Buscemi in. That was interesting. Don't remember anything about it. I just remember, oh, this is an interesting fella. I'll watch this one. Alan Peartree, so close, Hibernoe, so close. I honestly don't know the difference between a baboon and a mandrill. You know what? I'm not entirely sure myself. John Enormous Hands McGee, almost. Close but no cigar comes from Victorian coconut shies, which gave a cigar for knocking a coconut off a stand. Interesting. Amazing. I'm going to choose to believe that just straight off the cuff. I'm not even going to check that. Oh, don't tidy. You'll get people upset. People very upset. Bagpipes. I do like a bit of bagpipe music every now and again. Do you remember in the Discord when we had that moment with all the Mongolian throat singing and stuff getting paused? Somebody in chat in the Discord had discovered throat singing and all the various like pieces of music. I think it was The Who they discovered with the HU, not the WHO, who of course are you know, the guys who did Pinball Wizard, whatever. Anyway, yeah, someone discovered that, and we had like a big binge of things being posted in chat. It was good. Excuse me. Am I a metalhead? Asking because of the ponytail. I have been a metalhead. I'm not particularly a metal guy anymore. I just haven't cut my hair for about... I'd started growing my hair when I was 14 and I haven't had short hair since. At the time, very much into a bit of Iron Maiden, did love a bit of metal. Then I sort of went a bit more punk, and then more recently, musically, I'm more interested in film soundtracks and stuff like that. I like a bit of classical music. I like a bit of The Who, the HU, not the WHO. I don't dislike metal and stuff. I don't know anything about the modern scene, but oh God, I've got some embarrassing stories. I used to blag my way into gigs with a video camera, not pretending entirely, but interviewing bands and stuff, which was putatively for a video fanzine because we stopped doing it like 2 years before YouTube was actually a thing. Yeah, man, who was it? Rob Flynn from Machine Head does not like me. There's a lot of like relatively famous metal musicians from the 90s and 2000s out there who would see my face and go, I remember that dickhead. Quite a few, actually. Quite a few. Anyway, where were we? Mandrills are an old world monkey. That sounds good. Sounds very good. Iron Brew Haggis Kilt. Oh, I do love a bit of Iron Brew. Good drink. Very nice, powerful drink. Red Hot Chili Peppers, if you want to hear some interesting bagpipes. I don't know any Red Hot Chili Pepper bagpipe song. Take me to the place I love. take me all the way. I don't ever feel. Maybe not. Maybe I won't imitate the bagpipes. It could get a bit too noisy. Wake the kids up. Get me in trouble with the other half up there. But down here in Texas, they also found The Who, and now they really only play one fucking song. Ah, I see. Are they now hit of the week? Is it like when Dropkick Murphys had that big, like, sudden rise to prominence, and suddenly they were on The Simpsons and everything? Iron Brew Haggis killed the name of the actor who played Sherlock. Oh, what's his name? Smaug. I know the one. I love a bit of throat singing, I have to say, and I like to do it in the car. If I ever get stopped by the police, it's going to be a very weird situation. Yes, officer. And whistling as well. Like a bit of whistling. Where are we? I went to Scotland once. My sister was very annoyed. She was a few months short from drinking, and I drank a lot of Iron Brew, which was very interesting. Like they made orange soda and stuck quinine in for some godforsaken reason. Is that what's in it? Is that what the flavour is? Quinine? Pipers, not peppers. I think I've missed something. Oh, Red Hot Chili Pipers. Oh, yes. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. And it probably is a cover of Under the Bridge as one of the things, I would guess. It being probably one of their more famous songs, along with Rollercoaster, that one from the Beavis and Butthead movie. Benedict Cumberbatch, that's right, Benedict Cucumber Patch. Bands don't tour here. I'm pretty sure I've seen. I suppose there's been some, not so many bands touring in Egypt. But I think there's definitely an Egyptian metal band that I've heard of, and it's not Nile. They're just named after the river. What are they called? But they were of that ilk. They were of that kind of very, very aggressive, growly type. No, it'll come back to me. Hogwash Cabbage Patch and Bandyflick Bandersnatch. Oh my goodness. So many potential names for old Benny Dick White Cummy Pants. Ooh, hello, that went a weird place. That went in a very strange direction. Right, have they started making their shit already? Have I completely missed a mood while sort of making weird noises in chat? Gingy Ginger Melville Tirist has begun a mysterious construction. Ooh, how exciting. Let us see what they make. Something truly glorious, something very valuable, something of legendary exquisiteness? Possibly. It might just be another fucking earring with a picture of a dwarf on it. Scarab, says Righteous Boner. Oh, the band. Maybe. The name doesn't ring a bell, though. So maybe there's another one? Or maybe I'm thinking of just a death metal band with a shitload of sort of like ancient Egyptian iconography in their artwork, and I'm misunderstanding. That's possible. Benedict Cumberbatch acted in Frankenstein at the National Theatre. It's currently available on YouTube. Oh, interesting. Frankenstein, you say? We have a metal scene for sure. I attended the first metal concert at the Cairo Opera House. I don't know. I mean, cool. Sounds cool, but the words Cairo Opera House, it doesn't conjure metal to my mind. It makes me think of something very genteel. Like, it sounds like something with an exquisite chandeliers and stuff like that. It may have those things, yet still have some metal cred. Who knows? Went to 2 concerts myself. The first is where Volbert and Avenged Sevenfold opened for Metallica, but I don't listen to Metallica, so I was mostly hyped for the first 2. The second one I went to was 3 Days Grace and Disturbed. Wow. Is that them? Is that the right band? Or am I getting that wrong? Down with the sickness. I remember them. They were just sort of coming into ascendancy as I was sort of fading out of the scene. I've been to so many fucking metal gigs. Seen some obscure fucking bands. Good ones too. He and the actor who was in the American Sherlock switched roles each night between the Doctor and the Monster. Ah, interesting. That's got to keep it fresher. Yeah, got to have fun. Do you get confused with context when someone talks about mummy in Egypt? Well, mummies aren't only Egyptian. There's a lot of South American mummies and stuff. Lots of I don't know if they're Aztec or what's the one that begins with P? Incans. That doesn't begin with P. Why do I think it was? Whatever. There's actual lots of mummies all over the world. It's interesting. Bandy Dick Cute Ostrich. My goodness, there's a name. 36. Can we breach 40? It's possible. It's been done before, but it's not. I wouldn't say it's highly likely. But hey, if people keep coming back, probably get over 40. Probably do it. Be all right. Be good. An actual opera house, and one of the staff was throwing a tantrum when everyone started moshing, like how it's a disgrace to the opera house and blah blah blah. Well, that's good. As long as everybody's happy, it's good. It's very good. Question mark. The siege is over. Tidy. Oh, I'm just imagining you as like a little child running through the streets of a war-torn country screaming, "The siege is over! The siege is over! Everybody, the siege is over! The undead are gone!" This is going to last about 20 minutes, I bet. Gingy Ginger Melville Terrace, the tanner, has created Ed.Gub, a sheer dog leather shows? Oh, sorry, we're going to have to Google that. Chausse. Chausse. No pronunciation guide from Google. I'm going to call them chausses. Chausses are armour for the legs, usually made from mail. They could extend to the knee or cover the entire leg. Chausses were the standard type of metal leg armour in Europe from the 11th to the 14th century. Chausses offered flexible protection that was effective against slashing weapons. Interesting. Very interesting. Is there a pronunciation in the wiki page? No. But the etymology says, borrowed from French chausse, or Middle French, same word, chausse. Very good, very exciting, very fun to learn. We've been educated. Move the stuff in your mind around and allow that little fact to plop down and fill you with some more information. It's good. You can practice your hunting skills, Night Fury. You'll get a chance to go outside for all of 20 seconds. I tell you what, it's not going to take long for the entire entryway corridor to be absolutely awash with vomit. It's going to be crazy. We hit 40. Oh, there we go. Bauxite Beard hit 420. Excellent, excellent. That is literally 380 better than 40. Oh my god, maths. Oh. Back to 38. Well, there you go. It's to be expected. A lot of people must come to this stream and go, ugh. I was expecting some Dwarf Fortress, but there was a strange hairy man just flapping his gums like an idiot. Disgusting. Wipe it from my fingers and move on. Anyway, where were we? A sheer dog leather chausse. When it says sheer, does that mean see-through? He claims it as an heirloom in the name of the family ancestor, Bauxite Beard Anvil Tongs. Very exciting. Let's take a closer look and see if it's actually good. Boredom Mob. Oh, exciting. Interesting name. Let's view it. It's worth 33 grand. It could be our most expensive, most valuable legendary artifact. Let's have a look. This is a sheer dog leather chausse. All craftsdwarfship is of the highest quality. It is encrusted with rectangular marble cabochons and emerald-cut pineapple opals, decorated with dog leather and encircled with bands of dog leather. This object is adorned with hanging rings of plumwood and menaces with spikes of dog leather. On the item is an image of Sarvesh Armorjumped, the dwarf, in clear tourmaline. Oh, very nice. Very pleasant. A little bit bland, but very pleasant. Well done, creator of that artifact. I'm sure it will bring great pleasure to the dwarves of the fortress. Okay. Nope, the siege hasn't ended. The siege is still underway. False alarm. The small child running through the streets waving a newspaper claiming that peace had come will now be held in front of a war tribunal, a war crimes tribunal, and hung. Is this a little mushroom man? What's this? It's a plump helmet man. It's a little man with a plump helmet. Oh, isn't that lovely? Fat-willied men, they make the innuendos go round. Here we go. The undead appears to be chasing the plump helmet man. Let's watch him get torn asunder. Oh, they're going to catch him. They're going to catch him. Poor little sausage. He's going to get killed. Oh, maybe not. He seems to have the speed on him. Lure them off the edge of the map. Lure them off the edge of the map, brave little plump helmet man. Take them on a wild goose chase and let them... Who the fuck is this guy? There's a... Oh, a dog mutilated corpse on a pile of vomit. On some dead spinach. Well, okay, there's an image. I feel like there's a painting in that. Oh, hang on, someone's being chased. The plump helmet man seems to have evaded them. Well done, plump helmet man. Fly, you fool! Fly! He's gone. Well, that was a nice little diversion, wasn't it? An actual little bit of Dwarf Fortress injected into the strange things I've been saying all evening. And not one of these traps has been made. Oh, that's so exciting. Let's have a little look and see if they've actually built all the mechanicisms. Mechanicisms? Don't listen to me. I'm an idiot. Mechanisms. Haven't made any tin cages yet. Haven't made any of those traction benches yet. Haven't prepared... Well, I have prepared lots of fine meals. That's an infinite order. Okay, so the mechanisms have been made, yet somehow the cage traps remain unmade. Did they make the cages? That's a good question. Well, saving. We can't do anything right now. Let's take a little look at... the old pyjama reveal when. Right now, if you want. I'm wearing Christmas pyjamas. There we go. Got little Christmas hats and holly on them. There you go. I've been wearing them all day. The lazy boy. Isolation. Wear what you want. It's great. Where are we going down here? Show some cleavage to attract viewers. I don't think I've got what it takes. The only cleavage I have is on my buttocks, and I'm not sure they're going to really attract the right kind of crowd. Not that the stuff I'm doing now is supposed to be some kind of bait for the intellectual elite. Not calling you stupid. I'm just saying, I think there's a broader appeal here. I'm putting out baser signals. I want to go to bed, but I don't know where my cat is. Well, I mean, it's an interesting... That feels like a bit of a non sequitur. I mean, maybe you just want to bring the cat indoors for the night, or maybe you're freezing in the Arctic like Luke Skywalker on Hoth, and the only way you can keep your body warm is to cut the belly of your cat open and tuck yourself inside like a little feline sleeping bag. Maybe. I mean, you would have to be pretty fucking small, or you'd have a massive cat. I mean, that is a big cat for a grown-ass human to climb inside, right? Maybe you could probably do it with a tiger. I reckon probably that crazy guy off Netflix has probably done it, right? Probably used a cat as a sleeping bag. He's definitely used a cat as a sleeping bag for his willy. From what I've heard. I say definitely. I mean, he's unlikely to sue me from prison, but there is the faintest glimmer of a chance that maybe he will do it. What was his name? Gypsum Fantastic. I can't remember his name. Crazy cat guy with the moustache. Hello, Pablo Rasta. Welcome back. Plump helmet man. I've got to use my head and think. Quite right. I'm disabling this soundboard. You've got to be careful there. You've got to be careful. Don't frighten yourself. Don't frighten yourself. Or, yes, Plutonium Jesus is correct. Put a 0 in. T0S. Keep reading. Joe Exotic. That's the guy. He's a house panther. Oh, that sounds... Oh, your cat. I thought you were talking about Joe Exotic. I thought that was some kind of like weird name, like a bear or an otter or something. Don't talk to him. He's a house panther. He will absolutely ruin you. Where were we? We're trying to get these built, weren't we? We were trying to get these cage traps built. What am I supposed to do here, guys? Why are these cage traps not getting built? Does anyone have any interesting diagnostic ideas? Anything I can do? It says needs mechanics, but my mechanic is not currently occupied making mechanisms. Ah, he may well have making buildings disabled. Let's have a quick look. Sort by mechanics. Oh no, fuck off. We've got loads of people with mechanics enabled. So why no buildy? What is the deal? What is your deal, cage trap bastard? Explain yourself. Why have you not been built yet? What is the play? What's your plan here? Do you intend to taunt me from your little corridor there, your little tiny, twisty, turny tunnel? Is that what you're trying to do? Wind me up? Make me angry? Get me to do something stupid that gets me banned? Oh, you're going the right way about it. Let me tell you. Any more of this kind of chicanery, and I'll be following you home and giving you what for. Ah, yes, now I see. Now there are people in the corridor trying to do it. No, they're not, are they? They're just wandering around grabbing stones. What's the deal? Why is this not happening? Why have I suddenly entered into a little aggressive monologue at the trap, which even in game is inanimate and, it's not even real? I think I might be going a little bit mad. I might actually be losing my grip on sanity. Oh, here we go. I've definitely lost my grip on the stream because I'm showing you Dwarf Therapist instead of Dwarf Fortress. Good poop in Night Fury. Well done. Congratulations. Do I have a military? Well, Conquest of Games, yes, I do. And no, not particularly is it any good. It's a little bit shit. That and one... Oh, I have 3 black cats, and I too have to know where they are before I go to bed. That and one likes to steal my blankets, and I have a thing about not moving a sleeping cat, so I've generally stayed up half the night before because I didn't want to move the cat to get my blankets. Blimey, I need to get some more blankets. Or lighter cats. Lighter cats, that's the best way to do it. Yeah. Or maybe you could fit them up with some kind of special pulley system, so the cats, as they move around the house, are always hanging in a sort of cradle. And then, as you need to, you can just pull the rope and lift them off the floor, and they'll just sort of hang in the cradle. I don't know how accepting cats will be of that. I have a sneaking suspicion that they'll be utterly fucking furious. But it's worth a try. It's worth a try. A little bit of a household tip from the scoundrel there. Let me know how it turns out. I've not had a cat in the house for years. My mum has cats. I have allergies, so it's unlikely we'll be getting any cats or dogs. Interestingly, a partner isn't a specific species, but mostly refers to melanistic variations of the big cat, or panther. The genus name of the lion, though, is Panthera leo. Interesting. Don't call in. Speaking of calling in, I may be arranging for some of my chums to do some multiplayer and call-in stuff on the stream, because I've discovered a thing called OBS Ninja, which allows pretty low latency video streams to be sent over the internet, and you can use them to set webcams up nicely in streams. So maybe look out for that. We'll see. What the figgins up in there? Oh, I've got OBS highlighted. Idiot. Scoundrel, you fool. Try harder. Let's try doing something other than using a Voldemort voice. Let's see if putting these designations here get these dug. Because I have a horrible feeling that none of the mining that I designated downstairs is going to get done. Did they build the glass workshop yet? No, of course not. How's the jeweller doing? Is the jeweller currently busy? Doesn't seem to be jewelling. Let's see in Dwarf Therapist. I won't take you over there for risk of leaving you, but I'm just going to search by gem setting and cutting. Bauxite beard. What's your game? What are you up to? What are you doing these days? You're currently constructing a building. Oh. Are you also a mechanic by any chance? Oh, you are. Well, in that case, carry on. Carry on, my wayward dwarf. Build that cage trap or I'll literally kick you out of the fortress. Hey, whoa, the siege has finished. Now we don't have to hang Tidy. Oh, it's too late. He's already in his little child-sized coffin, being thrown into the mass grave. Oh, no. Oh, no. Do you reckon anyone's ever been that insincere at the side of a mass grave? I don't think it went down very well if they were. Very poor form. Very poor form. A house panther is just a black cat. Mine has appeared and now I'm in bed being soothed to sleep by Scoundrel Lullaby. Go to sleep, close your eyes. Don't look too like you're dead, or the cat in your bed will start to eat your face. And when they find your corpse, you'll be stripped to the bone. There'll be nothing much left except a really fat cat. There we go. What a lovely lullaby. I'm sure lovely little Dave has fallen asleep. I'm sure he's in his bed having wonderful dreams about being consumed by his former pet. Don't be fooled. They're apex predators. They're manipulating you. You, human, feed me so that the outcome of my hunting has no bearing on my health. Yes, make me too corpulent to kill the animals that live outside. That's what your cat's thinking. Except probably with a Scottish accent. That's true. Cats, I don't think people like... Well, people definitely don't own cats. I mean, you may pay for a cat, but you don't own it. That cat is quite capable of looking after itself. Except in some of the more extreme... Like, if you're a feeder and you've made your cat extremely fat, maybe it can't look after itself. At the point you have to cut it out of the side of the house, definitely it can't look after itself. But, you know, if it's a relatively standard sized cat, in terms of, you know, fat content rather than, you know, actual scale. You know, I was about to say, I think a tiger or a lion could probably look after itself. But if you live in an urban area, I don't think it could. Because that would, like, kind of involve avoiding contact with, like, the police and other such potential impinges on the style of the cat. Someone just had a tantrum, didn't they? Did I just miss that? Let's have a look at who's having a tantrum. Who is tantruming? Show me yourself. Reveal your moody little bastard person. I'm going to do it through Dwarf Therapist, actually, because it's easier to find moody dwarves that way. Scrolling down. Okay. Anyway, let's open up the gates and begin the inevitable surge of vomit into the hallways. Add pull now and unpause. Here we go. Just watch those corridors turn green. It's going to be disgusting. Absolutely bloody disgusting. We need to get more traps laid. These cage traps don't even come close to being enough. Especially considering they haven't been constructed. I mean, that's the major flaw in their design. Is anybody going to go and pull that lever? I'm busting for a piss. Holy shit, it's 2:30 in the morning. How long have we been streaming for? 3 hours? 3 hours and 11 minutes? It seems like we have reached the threshold for a good length of stream. Nice. Everything after this is bonus time. Get excited. That's bonus time, B-O-N-U-S, not B-O-N-E-R-S. No. We've already had this discussion. I will not be revealing my man parts. It's not on the cards. Oh, someone's found a dead dog. That would probably be in the corridor full of dead dogs. At a guess. You know, maybe not. Maybe they're elsewhere, but possibly. What the fuck is this? Are there more dead dogs here? Mutilated dog corpse and a spattering of blood. Why is there still blood in the dormitory? And surely those dog corpses should have got moved ages ago. Ah shit, they're not undead, are they? Let's just check the combat reports. Nobody's fighting, are you? Nobody's in a bit of a ruction? How fighty are they? How good are they at fighting? Okay, we're seeing a lot of blue. Not there, though. Oh, God. The human spearman stabs the dog-mutilated corpse in the upper body with her silver spear, tearing the muscle and bruising the liver. The human spearman stabs the dog-mutilated corpse in the head with her silver spear, tearing apart the muscle. The force pulls the neck, tearing apart the skin. The human spearman stabs the dog-mutilated corpse in the upper body with her silver spear, tearing apart the muscle and bruising the right lung. The human spearman stabs the dog-mutilated corpse in the left rear paw with her silver spear, tearing apart the muscle. A sensory nerve has been severed. Okay. Oh, we got a little... the human spearman stabs the dog-mutilated corpse in the right eye with her silver spear, and the injured part is cloven asunder. Of course, it's to be expected. Twisting the head and tearing apart the skin. I reckon if I got hit in the eye with a spear, it would cleave it asunder. Holy shit. It doesn't look like the dog's actually that hot at combat. Ooh. Oh no, this is fighting. Okay. So, I feel like we might need to activate our paltry military. Let's do it. Let's get this show on the road. The Tin Groves, add, and we want to move them here so they get in on any combat. Good. Lovely. They don't have any equipment. They've barely got any training. They only have the skills they came to the fortress with, but we'll see how it pans out. Let's check if any more combat's happening. The Swords Dwarf is fighting. More dog-mutilated corpsing. The Mace Dwarf punches the dog-mutilated corpse in the head with his left hand, bruising the muscle. The Force twists the neck, tearing apart the skin and bruising the fat. Oh, bruised fat. The Mace Dwarf bites the dog-mutilated corpse in the lower body, tearing apart the muscle and bruising the right kidney. Okay. Imagine being attacked by one of the zombie dogs from Resident Evil and biting it. I mean, that is a power move right there. Yeah, sure. You bite me, I get diseased like you. But I bite you, you're fucked. That's what you got to do. That's what you got to do to zombies. You got to look them in the eye and say, no, I bite you. You don't bite me. I bite you. I suck his milkshake. I should probably look at the wounds, shouldn't I? Let's pause the game for a second. I'm going over to the dwarf therapist to see if we can see any wounds. What's the health of our dwarves like? We'll refresh it. Have a little peeky poo. Oh dear. A lot of lacerations. Not a good sign. Lots of other damage. Bruising. This guy's got something severed and missing. What's he got missing? Right lower back teeth. Okay. Not the end of the world. What's this guy got missing? Upper front teeth. Okay, that's okay, I guess. And this guy's got missing right ear. Well, we knew about Vabok. We knew about poor crippled Vabok lying there in his completely vegetative state. Poor old Vabok, say the dwarves. Poor old Vabs. Right, okay, let's hope that this little bit of fighting finishes. Uso Lathrove, the human spearman, is no longer enraged. That's nice. No longer stunned. He was enraged but unconscious. I'm hoping the human spearman is actually one of our people who invaded and killed all the dogs. Man, what a scene, right? They open the gates, they look out into the corridor, it's full of mutilated dogs and the bodies of their fallen comrades, and then up get the dogs.
Row? Row? I'm gonna bite you. I'm gonna tear you apart. And I'm gonna make you bleed everywhere.
And they're sitting there going,
who's a bad boy? Who's a bad boy? Who's a little zombie doggy? Oh, he's a zombie doggy. Oh, who's got his guts out? Who's got his guts on the floor? Oh, it's a little zombie doggy.
Oh. Nobody, that's who. Everybody remember the split dogs from Return of the Living Dead? That was cool, wasn't it? That was pretty cool. I like that. It was fun. Anyway, what's the time? Let me take a look. 2:45 in the morning. That's terrible. No, someone clipped the lullaby. Was it worth it? I hope so. Amazing. One of my cats is absolutely too dumb to take care of himself. Oh, poor kitty catty. One of them was raised from 3 days old, so kind of doesn't understand that she too is a cat. Oh, interesting. Hello, Murder Machine. Welcome back. You did catch me playing Dwarf Fortress again. Are you still alive? Oh, sadly, it doesn't look like it. EFGHIJK. No. Unfortunately, your dwarf has succumbed to mortality. Bit of a shame. But hey, if there's enough space in the fortress, maybe you'll get another one. You might want to put your name in the namey queue. It'll stay there until I get a dwarf for you, but we only have 5 unnamed people left in the fortress, and most of them aren't technically citizens. So make of that what you will. Let me do a quick population check to see if we lost anybody. Ooh, let's pause it a second. We have 26 adults, 2 children, and 0 vulnerable babies, which is... we have lost a sizable number of the population, and I suspect to those zombie dogs. Shit. The yak cow skeleton, Ropathid Mitter N, is fighting. Wait, are the enemies still on the map? Did they just give up the siege but not go away? Oh, fuck you, Dwarf Fortress, if that's the case. Giant cave swallow skeleton. A fist of Inu. When do undead count as fucking wildlife? Oh, for crying out loud. Oh. Fucking hell. Oh, just as I was thinking of winding up, everything goes crazy. Hello, 2 cats yelling. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us again. I think you may have caught us in an inopportune moment, in a moment of pure shame. The Bruised Fat is the name of my isolation stream. Oh, over no way. Very nice. It sounds like a death metal band, but good. I like it. Imagine the taste of a zombie dog corpse, though. I know, right? I think that's going to be pretty grim. Although, fairly giving. I don't think it's going to take too much to... It'll just fall right off the bone. Oh, so melty, so rotten, so disgusting. How did the dogs get reanimated? I mean, presumably one of the enemies was a necromancer rather than something else. I must have been a bit of a fool. Oh, thank you very much for the sub there, Murder Machine. Much appreciated. R.I.P. you indeed. It's a tragedy. A named yak cow skeleton. That is a bit of a weird thing, isn't it? Maybe it's from a named pet that died? Can we see anything more about this? Can we view this? Oh. A large mammalian herbivore. It has long fur and curving horns. It can be found in the mountains. Her nose is broken. Her nose is smashed open. Her tail is mangled beyond recognition. Her right ear is broken. Her right ear is smashed open. Her right front hoof is fractured. This sounds like some kind of weird poetry. Her neck is mangled beyond recognition. Her hair is goldenrod. Her tongue is gone. Her mouth is gone. Her throat skin is gone. Her nose's skin is gone. Her left ear's skin is gone. Her right ear's skin is gone. Her tail skin is gone. Her right leg skin is gone. There's basically no skin. No skin. Her brain is gone. Her right horn is gone. Her left horn is gone. So she doesn't have curving horns, does she? Her lower spine's nervous tissues. Basically, it's just a skeleton. Okay, we could have got that information just from looking at it. Oh, well. All very pain in the arsey. Really, we need to pull everybody back into the fortress, don't we? Let's go for an alert. Military screen, alert. Burrow 1, please. Everybody back inside. And if we can, could we avoid dying? That would be super duper. Thank you very much. I'm just checking the Dwarf Therapist. The population's still going down. We're down to 25 adults. Come on, everybody back in the fortress so I can actually finish the stream on a reasonably secure note and then go and do a big old wee-wee. I mean, I am busting. I shouldn't have had that decaf coffee, should I? I should have left it. I mean, I feel like I'm going to strip the enamel off of the toilet bowl when I go. It's going to be like that 6,000 PSI jet. I'm going to have a urethra the diameter of a penny. Craziness. Absolute madness. Right, is that everybody indoors? I don't see anybody outside. Let's pause. Pause. Let's have a quick stock take. Oh, God. We've lost a lot of people.
We have lost many.
What? Vabok ruined zombie? Huh? Blah. 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 Let's check to see if we've lost any nobles. We've lost our broker. But other than that, no one important. We didn't have a chief medical dwarf before, did we? Or did we? I'm not sure. Oh, dearie me. Oh, dearie me. Let's check our military as well. I just want to make sure we've actually got people left in the Tin Groves. Oh, fuck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 people left. So we've lost 4. I mean, it's almost half, but not quite. Not quite. That yak zombie has at least 1 kill, probably. I would not be surprised. Not at all. Brain gone. That's a mood. Well, if only it was a mood rather than a reanimated corpse. That would be nice. Knees weak, arms are heavy, vomit on her sweater already. Mum's spaghetti. That's right. That's what's happening to the cow. The cow is currently very nervous about engaging in a rap battle. Oh my goodness. Right, okay. So I feel like what I want to do here is pull the lever. Add, pull, do it now. Bong. There we go. Somebody do that? Somebody willing to do that? And then we should have the fortress safe. I'm just going to quickly do another read of the dwarves, make sure we're not getting anyone 24 dwarves alive. Shit, I think one of the undead dogs may have got into the fortress. Is anyone going to pull this? Right, let's find the yak cow first. That's the dangerous one, right? Right outside the gates, that's fine. Don't come in.
Fuck off, don't come in.
We've got others. The Fist of Inu. What the fuck are you and where you are?
A large, hairy humanoid. It has 2 narrow tails.
We've seen these bad boys. We've seen them. Up there, that's fine. Oh my god, it's one of those still around.
That's not what I wanted.
Let's go to the others again. Giant cave swallow skeleton. Flying. Of course, that makes sense. Although, having said that, isn't bird flight somewhat contingent on them having feathers?
Ah, well. Fuck you, physics. How dare you intrude on our entertainment media? That's very rude. Very rude indeed.
There's another zombo up here. Very good. Show me more. Show me more. Like, does she have a car? A wombat skeleton. Let's have a little look here. Also outside. Very good. What we got after the wombat skeleton? That's the yak cow. We checked that. And a cat partial skeleton. Let's have a look. Very nice. Very outdoors. Very not inside the fortress. I like it. Okay, so we're going to unpause that. We're going to let that gate get closed. I have put an order in for it, haven't I? I have. Good. Let's hope that nobody comes in, and equally none of my military stand on the gate before it shuts. Let me just also check that that is inside. No, it is inside the thingy. Get off of there. Look at this lad. Look at this idiot. He looks over there and goes, "Oh, somebody said they should pull that lever. Maybe I should stand here on the thing it flips up. Maybe I'll die. Oh, please let me out of this life." Oh, poor old Diana Sarkscolt. Gonna lose her namey if he's not careful. Lad, he's done it. Ah, look at that. He was psyching us out. Oh, random guy. So brave, yet also ultimately so foolish. Just going to do another check in Dwarf Therapist. We still have 24 dwarves. Okay. We haven't lost everybody this stream. We've come close. We've lost a sizable proportion of our dwarves. However, still alive. Oh, thank you very much, Professor Voland. Much appreciated. Thanks for laughing at my terrible jokes. Sorry that everyone died. Ah, that's all right. It's not your fault, is it? It's fine. 747s don't have feathers, and so neither do bats. Ah, that's true. That's true. But we have established the fragility of bat wings already. We were talking about it earlier. I was wondering how... Well, in fact, let's not retread old ground. Should we just let people find that in the VOD? Find that for their own pleasure? Let them get on with a little bit of discovery, shall we? Anyway, we are going to have to finish the stream here because it's less than 10 minutes to 3 in the morning. And frankly, I've got to move all this PC back upstairs. And, you know, I want to get that done. I want to get that done. But... before we do that, I've got to say goodbye to the YouTubers. Bye! There we go, that's the YouTube goodbye done, isn't it nice?